If I'm writing a song by myself, I would first think about what I want to sing about.
There's never a set standard thing.
I'd find a melody and start putting lyrics to it. And if I don't like it, I'll tell the people and throw it away.
Everybody knows that Shay's my name. If it's written now in the Hall of Fame. If you want back another call happy remedy in it. Happy remedy in it. Happy remedy in it. To make you right. And chop. And put it on your mind. Put it on your nasty face. Right now it's on his face. And push on the face. Push on the face. Push on the face. Push on the face. You can't put this in and get this.
The creative process could be anything, even something that someone says and you just turn it into a song or a chant or whatever.
There are many ways to get to the hit. I think the most important thing is to be able to watch and observe and know when you have it, when you don't have it, or when you're going past it.
But for me, writing songs usually take less than a day. I could actually feel like walking. I wrote that in 20 minutes.
So you have to get this sort of hit-making ear or hit identifying ear. You know, when you know it's a hit record. So for me, sometimes I will start with an idea or a concept.
The process could be anything, from very zero to very complex. I just got the idea from listening to the rhythm, because that was actually a rhythm scenario. And I'm listening to it and I started to get into an Edwin Yearwood kind of vibe.
I have always had great writers, people like Colonel Roberts, who will come with great concepts and great songs. And once they sit down with me and they tell me what the idea is, because they will hear me in it, I will then sit down and tell them what I need to be in it, to really put me in it.
I started to feel like walking, and I just started to go along the lines of what I just said.
Generally, you know, it's all about the teamwork. You know, because you might have the right writer, the right producer, and you might still want somebody to come and give you an edge, to put something on it that will give you that special sound. And I think most importantly is knowing when it's right, when it is at the right point. It don't need anything more. This will do the job.
In the low part, when we dropped up down low in the first
it has guitars in the
I'll put this.
Yeah.
Put that, right?
Yeah.
Because that's
No,
giving you a
it's three
feel.
sets of that guitars or no?
Well, that's the guitar for the first.
Right. And then we build in, and then we go into the chorus and normal after that. The only thing we're not doing is going back to what we needed so much love. We're not going back there. Because we want the top to be intense. That's cool when we have it at the bottom, because you need, you know, the up and down feel, because everybody tired already. So, but at the top there, everybody now starting now, right? There's so much pressure all the time, every year.
Is something that never goes away. I mean, every time an artist step to the recording studio, he's under pressure.
People don't understand that. They say, oh, you have a lot of hit songs, you could just, you know, pull from your old songs. But it's like you start over on a white page every single carnival.
For us, every year, we have to deliver some sort of hit song. And I mean, I say hit song because basically this is what the regular soca artists look for. I need a big tune.
Nobody remembers that the year before you had an album full of hits. Like on the radio, there's like 8 songs playing from me and they're all good. And people congratulating me, but you think they're gonna remember that next year? No, they're not.
I have 5 corners I like to cover. You know, I like to cover my low dribble, which is my floor game, which is a nice whining song. Then I have to cover my 3-pointer, my in the air game, which is my jump and wave and my road march. Then I have to cover my social commentary, which is something that is nation building, like a oil and music or something. Maybe if you the chip down the road as a proud, you know, Caribbean Trini person, whatever. And then I still want to put my Juve song. I still want something for Juve, and then I want something that a little, you know, nouveau, something that have this little dance twist, or have some sort of hip hop in it, or something that is groundbreaking.
If I don't come back out with at least 1 or 2 songs that make them crazy in the party, the first thing they're gonna say is, Destra, you pop down. This year, Destra ain't do nothing. Oh God, what happened to she lost it or what?
My focus is always pressure to deliver a good album, because I have built my fan base by delivering albums and keeping fans interested in the entire process of recording, who I use, you know, who writes with me, what kind of songs I put out, what the album look like, if they will want to take this one and keep it, you know, for the years to come.
For me, it's always pressure to at least get 1 slow song and 1 fast song. I was blessed this year. And I think too, the people really missed me. So, you know, everything that I sang, they were like, yeah, another Destra. So I'm really grateful for that. You know, so maybe I have to make another baby next year and come back. What is behind that stage persona? Wow.
The philosopher, the thinker, the scientist, you know, the strategist.
Destra on stage is nothing like Destra you're talking to right now.
People really don't see that what I do has a lot of thought going into it.
Destra on stage is fearless. She doesn't care, anything goes. She's all about her fans and the people that she's entertaining. She's a true entertainer.
People see Machel as a whiner boy, a soca man, a jump up. They sort of associate me with Bacchanal and free, carefree living and having parties every night and, you know, living up the life.
This Destra you're talking to always thinks about, oh God, what are they gonna think? What are they gonna do? I'm always second guessing myself, you know, always insecure, always afraid. When I hear things happening, I get worried, you know. This is a very insecure Destra off the stage.
They don't really see the lonely side of my life. That in order to produce how great I produce, I have to be alone most of the times.
On stage, as soon as I climb that stage, I become something magnanimous. It's crazy. Sometimes I'm into the moment and I'm in flight and it's like I'm looking outside of myself and I'm like, who is this? That is not me. But I feel so comfortable in that element. I wish I could be like that all the time.
They see me as wherever they see Machel Montano, 10,000 people will be behind him, lights, cameras, girls, and most of the time I am just by myself, quiet, lonely, you know, into deep spirituality where I will be praying or I will be meditating. They don't see the nature lover neither. You know, the person who like to go to the river and love hiking, love outdoors, love fishing, love the sea, love to swim. You know, I'm not really a city bug at all. I'm more like a bongo dread.
This year I was doing a kind of alter ego kind of thing, Destra and Bacchanal. Bacchanal is on stage, Destra is me. And when I become Bacchanal, it's like, wham to that Destra girl, I hit you slapping her, you know, but it's things that I cannot say or do that she would do. That is the Destra that everybody loves, apparently. They don't love this one, this little innocent one.
I really like to inspire, empower, and I really like to motivate people.
If I have any influence at all, I'd love to influence the women. You know, just to be strong and to be powerful and to never give up.
I really want to empower, inspire, and uplift them spiritually and physically. You know, I want them to feel strong.
Right, one thing about my country, anywhere we go, we love to party. Show me around, we be rock high, up in the sky, make it rock and fly, fly. We up in the air, rock everywhere. We ready for the festival again. It's all about unity, togetherness, carnival time. Right, so we going back down, but just now we didn't do that. We went straight. Right? As a woman, not just in this business, but anywhere, you know, you always have, you know, no offense, but it's a male chauvinistic world where people think that men are better.
There's this energy that I want to raise in people. I want them to see what I see in me when I at my highest point. At my highest point, I see everything in light. Like I turn to light. I could have a twist ankle on the stage and I would not know, because it's just this glow and the music playing the right way and the people jumping the right way and the beat feeling and the stage shaking, and it's just light. I like to transfer this into people because I believe that this is where the human is returned to knowing that it have this potential to be super.
I could go and do a show with maybe, let's say, Machel, and people would always compare in the sense of, okay, Destra is real good at, but Machel, even for the road, it's like, I released a song and it's like, Destra, your song real good, but with, you know, Machel, you know, and that's cool, but it proves, you know, even if you're a doctor and you're a patient, you would feel more comfortable with a male surgeon than a female, and it goes on and on like that. So for women, I'd like them to admire my work and contribution to the business, and not just the business, in life in general, and realize that I never take no for an answer. I always try to push myself further than I could reach, and I aim high. You know, my mother always told me, aim for the stars and you may fall amongst the clouds, but you'll still be up there.
I believe that I was put here for a purpose, and you know, that purpose is, if you really zoom in, is to uplift the Caribbean, you know, culture, especially in the department of soca and calypso and this Trinidad beat and pan and everything that's done in this hemisphere. Like, you know, Bob was assigned to the reggae and everything up there with the dancehall, and I was assigned down into the calypso and the soca, and to revolutionize it.
I never really depend on radio play. You know, I applaud and thank all the people that support me, but if I were depending on that, the year of Bacchanal, that song would have never become big. I try to let people hear and feel my music live, because that's the only time they say, you know what, there's a song that Destra sang, I want to hear it.
Which is why I have, you know, started relationships with people like Pitbull and, you know, Dougie Fresh and Wyclef Jean, reaching out to people like Shakira and looking to reach out to Enrique Iglesias. You know, I try to put my feet into the producers and the people out there and show them soca and ask for their help and help take it to that point where it will be world famous.
Definite road match contender. If it plays enough. It is a contender. I'm not sure if it's a strong one. Maybe it came out too late, but it is a powerful song and it is a strong song and I believe in it. So yeah.